But what we're going to be focusing on today, during this little mini lesson, is how to create a modular sphere. First, what you need to do is to print out the template, which I've included. And in this template, there are 6 pieces on a piece of paper. Okay, you need 30 of them, so you need 5 sheets of paper printed with this template on it. Is to flip the paper over, and on here is to paint a solid color. You can use crayons, you can use markers, you can use paint, tempera paint, acrylics, water paint. It doesn't much matter what you want to do. The only thing you don't want to do is to soak the paper so much that it ripples. If you put a lot of paint on it or a lot of water on it, it's going to start to bubble and ripple, which is going to make it a little bit harder to assemble these when you're done. Color for each sheet. So I have 5 different colors going because each row has 5 pieces in it. So it'll make it easier for you to see how I assemble this. So 5 colors. Again, you can paint them however you'd like to. What I'm going to start doing is cutting them out. So now you're going to flip it over, grab whatever size scissors you want, scissors, whatever you're comfortable using. If you're more comfortable using small ones, that's great. If you like to use larger ones, and some people, they like to use an X-Acto knife, you may do that as well. It's entirely up to you. Do take care and watch your fingers. Underneath, as I tell my students, this isn't a race, and you won't have to watch me cut all of them out. Only a couple. Now this is something you can do while you're watching TV. It's something that you can do if you have some good friends. Ask them to help you. Okay, again, I like to turn my paper and spin my paper. So my scissors tend to stay stationary. Yes, there are 30 of these you have to cut out. So you're going to have a piece that looks like this. Writing on one side, color on the other. You're going to have 30 of these. Have at it, have some fun. Come on back and join me when you are ready for the next step. And the next step would be assembling them, unless you want to add some designs to these. And a lot of times my students will go now with color pencils or markers and they'll add something to the surface of these. And I might do that for a few myself. So I'll see you in a little bit. So what we're doing here is we're going to assemble the sphere. Start with the top. And the top has a rosette. And a rosette of 5 pieces all connected together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they all connect on that center point. We're going to make that now. So we're going to take our first 2 colors. And what I would suggest is to pick out 5 pieces at a time. So choose your 5 that you want and work from that pile. And what you want to do is to line them up like this. You have a curved line and a straight line. Okay. So have yours match. This one's facing away, this one's facing left. And the way these are attached is the curved line always over a straight line. So I'm going to connect, hook them, and you might need to bend it a little bit and hook it in there. This point, the point that's farther away from us, is going to be the rosette. So that's going to be this part right here with the 5 pieces all interconnecting right on top of that. So I'm going to take my next one, I'm going to hook it in, bend it a little bit and fit it in. Again, that being my top. I'll take my next one. I'm going to fit it in, hook it in, and then as you can see, my last piece. Now, it's going to start curving on you. You want to keep that, if you can see that. Okay, you don't want to flatten this out because remember, this is going to make a sphere. So take my last piece, hook it in, And that's gonna connect these two. So the last one has 3 points. So there's my top, and you can see how it's starting to form a sphere. Now what I like to do is to create a hanger at this point, so I know where my top is, and I just use a piece of yarn and a bottle cap with ink. Slide it underneath and twist it. And that's my top. So choose another 5. So there's my pile of 5, and now I'm going to create another row, the second row. And I'm going to start right here. So this one, if I work this way, you see that little V where these two connect right there? I'm going to hook this one in. And it's going to connect on 3 points. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to rotate it. Remember, this is my top. Let me take my next pile. No, I don't want that color. I'll take green. Okay. I'm going to hook it in. Bend it there. And bend it there. Okay, there's my top. And I still have 3 pieces to go. So, here's the piece. If you flip it upside down, you can see the rows start to form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you start putting these together and you realize, oh, you know, I really don't like these 2 colors together, maybe I should change it, they're easy enough to pull apart. Remember, there's no glue or adhesive in these. This is the time you want to change them because you won't be able to once you start assembling the next row. Okay, so the next row, row number 3, is going to be legs, and the legs are going to hang down. Okay, so what I like to do now is choose my 5. There's my pile of 5, and let's put the legs on. The legs is my top. My legs are going to hang off here, and it's only going to connect on 2 points. This is going to be my Rosetta 5, so I have 4 colors there if you can see that. It's going to connect there. I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to connect that. I'm going to rotate it. Again, there's my top, and you can see the legs starting to form. And we'll do green on this one. Again, 2 points, that's going to be our Rosetta 5, connect it here. So now, we have the legs. It actually stands up. So again, what's the next step? Is to take your 5 pieces again. Okay, always work from piles of 5, that way you know that you have 1 row completed. And now this piece is going to get connected right in here. It's going to fit in like so. So it's going to connect on 4 points. But the thing with this is there's our rosette. It has 4 pieces. It's going to be 5. So let's start there. Swing it underneath. And you see how it goes under? Okay, the curves always go on top of the straight lines. So now we need to bend it a little bit and hook it in. And then these 2 legs on the right, we're going to connect. You see how that was done? Let's try again. We're going to rotate this. We're going to put 1 in there. I think I'm going to go with blue. We're going to start with that rosette, the bottom left foot. Swing it up. Notice the green one's on top of the blue. Give it a little bend, connect them, and then connect the right side. You guys with me so far? Okay. Again, I have 3 pieces left. I should have 3 holes left, and I do. So this one, we'll put a yellow one in there. There's my rosette. There we go. Okay. And we're starting to close this up. So we have 2 more rows to go.
Custodian, call the main office, please. Custodian.
It's my pile of 5 again. It's my last pile of 5. And let's start closing this one up. Right here. Again, it's the same procedure we did on the other side. We're going to connect it in the middle. And it's going to connect on 3 points. Rotate it to the next one. Pick your color. In the middle. Whoops. Catch it. Catch it. And if you see, I have 1 piece left, and I got 1 spot left. Okay. What did I just do right? If you happen to tear one or bend one, just go and put a little tape underneath, and that will fix it. So let's see. Here's our Rosetta 5. So, hold your piece this way, bottom left is going into that rosette. It's going to swing underneath, and it's going to connect. And it's going to connect on 3 legs, 3 feet. 1, 2, and 3. Here's the other section. Let's go purple in there. Remember, bottom left we're working with, bottom left. Swing it up. Again, it's underneath. Don't try and force it on top. And then again, this is where you need to really hold your paper a little bit, manipulate it. It is paper, it's meant to be manipulated. Bottom left in that rosette. And the last one is, oh, I got 2 more. So this one is a Rosetta 5, bottom left. Underneath are 4 points. And the last one is always the tricky one, but if you can see the way that this is formed, see if I can get this to stay there for you. Okay, this piece is going, well, the way that I have it, follow the rectangular shape, it's going to go that way, but it needs to go underneath these 2, so it has to be slid in. So I like to bend it. And this gets connected on all 4 sides. Whoops. And it's a little bit of a struggle sometimes. But remember, it's paper. There we go. Crimp them a little bit. You have a wonderful sphere.